Hey everybody, Andrew from Pew Brothers. Today I wanted to bring a question to YouTube that I had polled over a couple of our other social media accounts, and I wanted to get the opinion of our subscribers. But if you're not a subscriber, we can fix that right now. Down here below, you can smash the subscribe button. Over here on the other side, you can ring that bell, and that lets you know when the next Pew Brothers content is coming your way. So the question I'm going to present to you is, why do we call firearms like this, or that look like this? And I've already did this once before, but let's just go ahead and do it on camera. We'll do this safety check here. No magazine in there, nothing here. All right, this is a Shadow Systems MR920. Now this firearm, I'll agree with you, does look like a Glock. It has all the similarities of a Glock as far as slide features. It accepts the same types of magazines. It accepts the same types of accessories on the rail up here. A lot of similarities to a Glock. So with that being in mind, since my time of being in the firearms industry and just conversing with people both online and in person, we want to call this here a Glock clone. Now, I would ask you, if we call this firearm or other firearms like this, there's a lot of companies that are making firearms that look like this. There's Shadow Systems, there's Agency, there's P80, there's tons of those guys out there. If we call firearms like this clones, then why do we not do the same for companies that produce models that they didn't initially produce, like the 1911, the High Power, the 92, all those firearms? So if you see a Springfield or a Camber 1911, is that a clone because it wasn't produced by Colt? And that's kind of the logic that I'm applying here. I got in a pretty big debate on this on one of our social media platforms, and I've received answers like, oh, it's because of patents, or oh, it's because of design, it's because of aesthetics, it's because of interchangeable parts, it's because of all these things. And I've seen people picking at different pieces of this, but I haven't had an answer that just in totality makes sense to me. So if we want to say that firearms that look like this, that accept Glock magazines, if they're Glock clones, then why aren't we going after platforms like the 1911 and saying those are clones as well? So, if you want to say this is a clone because Glock didn't produce it, then we have to call every other 1911 not produced by Colt a clone as well. And that really ruffled some feathers over there. I'm going to tell you, there was a lot of guys that came out and said, no, your logic's flawed, and it's because of these reasons. And maybe I'm wrong. I'm not afraid to say that I'm wrong. I'm throwing this out there so maybe you can educate me if you have some information that I haven't been privy to yet by my discussions with others on other platforms. Now, I'm interested in what you got to say. Please write it in the comments down below. I'm going to read and respond to every single one of those, and let me know what you have to say about that. I will tell you that I think that this firearm, though it may look like a Glock, though the aesthetics, though there may be some parts of this that are similar, interchangeable with a Glock, I think this is a far superior firearm than what Glock produces. It has one thing that Glock has neglected over the last couple generations, 5 of them to be exact. Innovation. It has innovation and different things. And some people say, well, you can't change innovation when it's already perfected. I got you, Glock perfection. You can go on and have your slogans and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, guys, interested to see what you have to say. I'm gonna keep on picking my MR920 every day over the competition, or over the originals, for that fact, over the 19s, which are the same platform as this. And let me just talk about that one quick second. I've already tried to close the video out twice. This is the last thing I'm gonna say. I'm not ashamed to admit that I would refer to this as a G19 or Glock 19 size firearm. Does that mean I'm giving it the credibility of being a clone? No, that means I'm just using something as a point of reference. I do the same thing with CZ P10Cs, and I know there's guys out there who's going to say, well, that's a clone too. I do it for all kinds of firearms, not just polymer striker fired double stack magazine firearms. So I want to hear what you got to say. I'm closing out this video. We're going to do a full length review on the MR920 at a later date. We love you. God bless. And as always, plink responsibly.